can't resist not doing it. So I've popped the RetroNET PCB in there, and I've not done it properly. I've not jigged it up right because I've got to change the gender of this, and I'm in a rush and I just want to do it before I go. So I am risking, of course, ruining a pretty expensive prototype board. However, at the same time, I'm kind of confident that we'll get away with it. So I've got my catalyst in the right. And I've got just adding my homemade black resin where I've used printer toner to give it that colour. And again, I'm just guesstimating how much I need. I don't really know on the volumes, but you know, you're trying to fill out this. And I kind of think if I dunk that in there, that would be up to half, and this will be the other half. So I'm sure that's about right. So I'm just going to add this in. And I have to work very quickly now, very quickly indeed. Pop that in. And what I've noticed is with the standard product, this does seem to go white when it cures. So it'll be interesting to see what it does when it mixes with the black. So I have actually used, you can see sticking out there, a real genuine bit of wire. Right, so I think that's goodly mixed. You can feel it getting hot already. Hasn't really taken much, to be honest with you. A bit worried. I wish I'd made a bit of a bigger funnel. There is the danger of my homemade pigment dropping in there. Assuming it's not pouring everywhere, it's still taking it though. Where's it all going? A few bubbles there now. So I don't know if I can actually help this by, you know, tilting the mould a little bit. It certainly seems to be reacting. Look, this is reacting with the toner. It's getting all foamy and bubbly and going a bit nuts. So that was unexpected. So I don't know. I really do hope I haven't knackered my PCB. But yeah, that's weird. This has gone very foamy because it's getting very hot now. If you remember, if you saw it before, it actually does melt the plastic containers as it's setting. But that's the reaction. You can see it's pretty much there now. I reckon I could probably turn it upside down. Yep, can turn it upside down. It doesn't come out of the container. So that's how quick this reaction is. And I almost wonder, adding that toner pigment might have actually sped the reaction something chronic. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Now, when you're doing this, you're normally trying to not introduce air bubbles. So clearly, though, that's introduced a massive amount of air bubbles. So printer toner probably isn't the best thing to use as a pigment. Certainly not in this fast acting. I mean, this is seriously hot now. I think it's probably you probably got to be careful. If it was a more slow acting resin, though, it probably would be okay. You can see where it's deformed the container where it's trying to melt that. Yeah. See how hard it is, shall we? It's weird. Look, it's already. Can you hear that? Spongy, very spongy. Okay, so I've made it a sort of foam. So I ought to just go away, leave that, come back, and we'll have a look, see what's happened. Okay, I can't beat around the bush. That didn't go well at all. I'm pretty surprised if that was a positive outcome for this project. Yeah, and also that foaming resin that's gone over everything has kind of bonded with the Lego to form an immovable mass. But then lucky enough, it is Lego, so at least I can have some sort of chance of getting these pieces off. The fact it's leaving a certain amount of black on my fingers means that also there's particulates in there that haven't been coated in resin, so I'm going to have to clean those up. Lots of fun, but it's not all doom and gloom. There's also, you know, there could be a reasonable chance the actual internal mould did something interesting. Oh, we're almost there. I really don't want to ruin my silicone mould though. Be a bit careful with this, a bit cautious. It's still interesting, actually. Just be gentle with this, wiggle it out so it doesn't break. Look at that, look at that. Ooh. Did the USB survive? Possibly. I put some Vaseline in the USB hole to stop that filling up, so there's a possibility it didn't die. So now we've got these two. There we go. There you go. I was going to say we've got these two little spigots for filling that had to snap off, and it did snap off, and it didn't damage the mould at all. That's okay. That's all right. I can clean that up. Not too bad at all. But look at that. Now, if I can get this off, that'll be the final piece of the puzzle that could end up with an actual usable device at the end of this, and I can. Again, it foamed up a bit too much, so it has kind of made a little bit of a mess on this port, but nothing I can't clean up, actually. Nothing I can't clean up at all. That's pretty good. In fact, let's just do that. This is introducing to you, boys and girls at home, the actual very first RetroNET unit. Look at that! Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I like how it's got a bit of a line down it, but remember the nice thing about resin is it is pretty usable, so I could actually just give it a little gentle sand or trim down with a knife and I'll get those shells back. So obviously the shells did move slightly in their alignment when I put it back together, but that's definitely the minimum amount of worry, but that's kind of nice. Little bit of air bubbles on there is giving that bit of a texture, but that's okay because there's a sticker going on that. Very cute indeed. This bodes well. This bodes well for the RetroNET.